going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome back to, I believe, episode 9 of our top replays and highlights series. I've got a few decks I'm going to be showing you guys. We've got some submitted replays from my Twitch subscribers. I had 2 replays. One of them got corrupted, unfortunately, or I had 3 total. One of them got corrupted, so I only have 2 to show you for my Twitch subs. But again, if you want to help support me in the channel, in ways other than just being a regular watcher of the channel, you can consider subscribing to me on Twitch. Link to my Twitch down in the description below. Donating, also buying things on TCG Player using my affiliate link. Link to that down below. And if you're interested in picking up any amazing playmat sleeves, dice, calculator cases, apparel, things of that nature at high quality at a fair price, check out Imperium Duelist down in the description below. Use that discount code WinnerKills 10% off at checkout to help support me in the process and help you save a little money. So, the main 3 subjects of today's episode is going to be the Chaos Shaddoll list that I've been endlessly tinkering and working on. Still want to keep going deeper into theory and testing. Of course, pre-structure deck. I will be doing some things on Ygopro, deck profile like on Ygopro with some replays. Once we get more information from the structure deck, I want to put this out here as a bit of a little, FYI. We only have the Apgalone, we only have Noel. I assume we'll be getting Shaddolls of each attribute, from water all the way to light. So I want to wait on that information before I do any videos on that, because I don't want to just do Apgalone and Noel, because we already know what that does. Doesn't raise the deck ceiling too much, gives it some stuff it needs for sure, but I'm really curious to see what else is coming. And once we get that information, I'll have more stuff. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at some replays I have from this deck, some replays I have from this deck, Earth BA, featuring Mr. Gallant Granite. I have some ideas, some new ideas that I want to take into this deck, but I'm not sure how I want to implement them. I might drop these to 2 apiece for 2 copies of Nibiru since we can search it. I don't know, though. And the other deck we'll be looking at, I believe, is Marincess. We'll be covering this, my current Marincess list. Drop the Testudo for that bound link, or link bound. Again, if you want to see the updated profile list, you can. It should be annotated somewhere at the end. Maybe it will be. I don't know. But highly recommend you guys check it out. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some replays now. And the first replays we're going to watch are 2 user-submitted replays from Mr. Larry Sama, a loyal Twitch subscriber. Let's go ahead and take a look at these first replays. Here we got Thunder Dragon versus Marincess. This might seem like a pretty uphill battle for a deck like Marincess, which you wouldn't be wrong to think so. If they put any big boss monsters up on the field like Colossus or Titan, it's seemingly going to be very hard to out. And luckily for him, he's ending on the Colossus Titan with the set Dynamiscus, I would believe. And he also has Phantasme, so the writing would seemingly be on the wall. Titan is going to resolve here, ditching that Thunder Dark. And luckily for Mr. Larry here, so luckily that he has that Monster Born. If he didn't, his turn pretty much ends, but it's allowing him to go into Borreload rather, with the Ronin Totem on board, just kind of chilling there. And he's going to snatch steal that Titan, run over the Phantasme, and just go ahead and pass it back to him. He's going to go into a copy of Titan himself. He's going to use a Dynamiscus of his own and clear that out of the way, but he's going to have Thunder Dragon Duo to follow it up, and a copy of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Infinite Impermanence going to go ahead and try to hit that Borreload Dragon, but he's going to go ahead in the meantime drop that Titan below 3k, so he can't run over his Borreload. Going to go into Chaos Soldier, and when he uses his own Thunder Dragon, he doesn't realize that it's going to trigger his Titan that has been taken by his own Borreload and pop that set Dynamiscus. So very, very unfortunate for him. I don't think he knew that was coming. Next turn, he's just going to go ahead and yoink that BLS over there and just going to be game. So, Monster Reborn seemingly stealing a somewhat unwinnable game right there. Just goes to show how powerful a card that card still is. And this is the other replay that he has submitted here. Now, I want to go ahead and preface here, this is obviously Mekk-Knight versus Thunder Dragon. He's playing the Ib engine, which I don't feel is the correct way to play mechs at the moment. Is it a perfectly viable strategy? Absolutely. Does it have its benefits? Absolutely. Does it have its flaws? Absolutely. But another Thunder Dragon matchup. Now, the main reason I want to show you guys this replay, and the main reason why I'm sure he submitted it, is to show off a new way to sort of go about this combo here, and you guys will see that in a moment. It's actually pretty unique, And I'm a little bit biased towards it because I used to try to fit this card into a couple decks back in the day. Mermail being one of them. Maybe you know what this card is. But he's going to open up the Solar and just a really strong hand. He does open an additional copy of Aloof Lupine in his hand, so some conflicting normal summons there, but not too big of a difference. Going into the, you know, the Levianeer, the Titan, the Appaloosa, and the Colossus, but Dark Ruler no more has something to say about that. He's going to go ahead and resolve the Yib combo now. I shut your combo off, and now I do full combo to make it so you can't play, etc., etc. Really good balancing right there, but just going to go into Morningstar, and off of the Yib, he's going to summon the World Legacy World Chalice, and it's going to allow him to go into Ultimaya Zolkin, setting that memory to trigger Zolkin effect to summon out Crystal Wing to that zone that Appaloosa is pointing to. So that is the interaction right there that I think is pretty cool. Is it very, very prone to hand traps and just overextending? Absolutely. But it is still cool to see nonetheless Zolkin in 2019 being pulled off here in Master Rule 4. Boral Sword and everything and company going to help clear the field entirely. But the Thunder Dragon player is not out of it just yet. He does have Aloof Lupine to follow up, resolving that Thunder Dragon Fusion engraved to search any Thunder, and he's going to grab a Hawk, I believe. Does have an additional copy of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Hawk tries to resolve. He's going to negate it with the Crystal Wing, and Titan's going to come out to play now. And Boral Sword is going to chain in response to its effect, so we'll not get to blow anything up. Also turning it to defense completely. And look what he drew for turn, aka steal the game with Mind Control, and it's going to be over right then and there. So ending the game very, very quickly. So those are the two Twitch subscriber submitted replays. You can find, if you are a Twitch sub and you are in the Discord, connect your Twitch to the Discord and the connection setting, and just wait a little while to be added into the sub thing. It takes a little while to add in people automatically, and then you have access to the replay submission channel where I will do replays and show you replays on this series. But the next replay I want to show you guys here is going to be Rock BA versus Hero. I think this was a pretty interesting matchup. Now, Hero is a pretty good deck. It does have its flaws in that I feel like it's still just kind of, I know with Stratos at, what, 3 now, it still seems a bit inconsistent in my opinion. But here I'm going to go for that classic Rock BA combo. Gonna, you know, go into Dante with that extra extender to be able to go into Cerberus. And I mill really good here. I believe I got Block Dragon off that mill. We're going to go into Beatrice, Avermax, summon out Block Dragon, and pass with 1 card left in hand. Unfortunately, no Scarm resolving here. He's going to go ahead and activate E-Call, has Ferris discarding Mally, and going to go ahead and equip the Increase, sending the Malicious to the grave to summon out Increase activating effect. I decide to chain Beatrice here, which in hindsight I don't think was the right call, because it wasn't just the good thing to hit with Farfa. I should have waited for the cross commander or cross guy to come out to be able to hit that with Farfa, because I feel like that has more of an impact overall than anything else. But he's got the Solid and the Stratos. He's going to go ahead and use Dark Calling to go into Malicious Bane. Luckily, I leave that Block Dragon on my field and decide to go for it in the first place, because if I didn't, that probably would have been game, because he has Trinity out here on the field. Going to use Stratos again this turn to go ahead and search another card, and going to add another copy of Stratos off of Stratos and go into Mass Change into Blast, which is a card I was not expecting. Going to have the attack of Block Dragon, but I don't really care. He's going to run over my Pilgrim. He'll take a card out of his hand for that reason. Dante's going to get hit by the Trinity. I'll add a card back. He'll run into the Sea Archiver. I'll take a little bit more damage, but we're still in this, and that's most important. I've got Gem Sabers to start things off here. Following up with the Tracker, going to that other copy of Cherubini, because you know I play 2, and I think it's so important to play 2 Cherubini for this specific reason when you don't have the opportune chance to recycle. I messed up there by not normal summoning this here, because I put an additional BA on my field, but nonetheless here, it's going to be pretty close to the game. I guess I didn't know that he had the Honest Neos in his hand, which is unfortunate, but he's still going to have another turn to play here, although his turn isn't going to do too much. I draw a normal summon per turn, and that is Giant Rex, so it is going to be game right there in its own right. Borosor are going to go in for that second attack by turning Block Dragon to defense and punching in for game. So, a pretty solid win there. And I believe I also have Game 2 versus Hero, Rock BA versus Hero, Game 2. So, opening up again, our BA, or our Hero player, opening up pretty solid. He does have Super Polymerization, which is a bit unfortunate because my end field of Beatrice Avermax is subject to Super Poly, by the way that they're both lights with different types and attributes. Is he playing Mud Dragon? That, of course, is the question. And I'm going to be able to resolve the effect of Block Dragon here, which is going to allow me to go so plus. Adding back 3 cards there, going to Avermax. And then going to summon out both of these, go into Abyss Dweller to try to turn off some of his key plays. Standby phase, we're going to go Abyss Dweller. He's going to activate E-Call. Rhoda, of course, going for Stratos. Going to search a card here, going for a Dusted Gold. Adding a copy of Dark Calling. Super Polymerization going in. Not going for what I thought he was going for. Of course, if you Super Poly up the Avermax, he will get a final say in the matter, and I will be able to send that card back to the extra deck. Not really caring too much. We're going to go into that second copy of Cherubini and summon out Block Dragon. Send Barbar, try to burn for some damage here. An additional 900 to drop him down to 71. Attach for the Dweller. And we're just going to try to poke in for a game here, and he has no response. So that's going to be that. Rock BA taking the game 2-0. So now the next matchup I want to show you guys here is Marincess versus Rock BA. I want to show a bit more Rock BA at the start, and then we'll go into Shaddolls, and then we'll go into Marincess stuff, of course, piloted by yours truly. But yeah, we have Marincess versus Rock BA. I believe I only have the game 2 saved. I'm really bad at when it comes to saving replays. Also, I like to try to save replays that are most worthwhile for watching, because I can't shove every replay into the section, or this video would be so long every time I bring it up. But as you can see, my opening hand is triple Sekka's Light. He was double called by the Grave, but luckily for him, he still has enough resources to pretty much do full Marincess combo, which is just great for him, of course. But I have 3 Sekka's Light Scarm and a copy of Orbital Hydralander, so not looking too hot here. But I guess the bright side is if I can survive, I can try to resolve 3 Pot of Greeds in the following turns. I use Sekka's Light Graveyard Effect there to try to get into another card for interaction. I luckily get Ash Blossom. This game was sided, so I did have Nibiru's and Ash and things like that sided in. There's the Nibiru, speak of the devil. We're going to draw into a few more cards this turn. He's got Called by the Grave, but I try to get my play started with the Edge of Sabers because I can follow it up with Tracker. Going to normal summon Scarm, special the Libic, go into none other than Cherubini, and he has the Call by the Grave for the Grap, which is really unfortunate, but luckily I get to resolve my end phase Tour Guide. And luckily for me, Marincess is in a deck that really can OTK at this position that he's in, at least with no other good Marincess cards I have access to. We're going to resolve the 3rd Sekka's Light, and we're going to try to play some Yu-Gi-Oh here, but he does have Double Wave, and he does have Canadia. Luckily, I have a ton of other level 3 extenders in my hand. That makes it so I don't really care if my Tour Guide resolves or not. I'm going to send Seer to revive the Scarm and go in for Sea Archiver. Dante's going to activate its effect. 1,000,000 to Block Dragon. Banishing Giant Rex, summoning Gigantes, going in for Tornado Dragon to try to clear the field spell to make things playable here. Not going to go through because he has the other wave. Now Hydralander is going to try to do its work here. And everything on his field is unaffected by card effects right now, monster-wise. And now I just kind of got to play the control game myself, taking the role of the control deck here. Going to Gallant Granite here as a follow-up, adding Fossil Dyna, sort of putting my opponent on a clock. If they can't out my field, Fossil Dyna hits the board next turn, and I just completely lock you out of playing. He picks up a copy of Cyanide Mining, and it's not going to be enough. So Rock BA just exploding. You give it enough turns, especially with 3 Pot of Greeds in your hand, you can definitely turn it around, no problem. So I believe that was the last Rock BA replay that I have for you guys. Actually, no, I have another Rock BA versus Marincess. This is actually game 1. I should have showed it in order here, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, so this is game 1, actually, unsided game. He does have Ash in his opening hand, which is really fortunate. Now, I have the same sort of turn that I did against him the previous game, in game 2, the one that you guys already saw, where my first play gets stopped and the rest of my subpar hand allows me not to continue playing. So, in this case, it was Canadia game 2, booking my Fiendish. This case, it's, Ash stopping Mathematician. He's going to go all in here and leave a lot of monsters on field so he can get more damage out, which is completely understandable. I pick up another copy of Hydralander, just so unlucky. But at least Mathematician is giving me 1 card deeper into my deck to try to draw into more cards. And luckily, like I said, Marincess is a deck that really can't OTK at the moment. Especially turn 1 like that, you're not trying to OTK so much because you can get locked into waters very easily. Shooting Code is the only card that allows you to really OTK. And I'm able to resolve double Hydralander here through Block Dragon. And I use the Block Dragon to try to clear my graveyard, but the first Hydrolander misses. So I summon both of these rock dudes to try to clear up my graveyard again. The second Hydrolander misses, so I'm forced to make Tornado Dragon, clear the field spell this time. So we're going to try to go in for an OTK here. And he does use Marbled Rock's effect here to protect himself several times, but at the cost of him having to discard a lot of cards. And I just sort of wall up End Phase Search for the tour guide. He still has that pesky copy of Blue Tang in his hand. Cyanide Mining for that additional extender by way of Sea Archiver. And the Hydrolander, hopefully it goes through here, which I believe it does, because I believe I've cleared all possible duplicates out of my grave. So taking the game very easily there. Marincess just not able to act quick enough, not seeing enough floodgates, and that pesky copy of Testudo Rot Newman making his bad hand worse and not allowing him to advance his game state. So yeah, that's why I don't like that card that much. If it goes off, you can kind of win, or it just does exactly that. So I believe that is it for the last of the Rock BA replays. Now let's get into the Shaddoll replays that I have for you guys here. All right, so this is another Shaddoll replay here. Not another, but another replay against Marincess, I guess. And we're playing Shaddolls here. And the thing is, Super Polymerization on paper is a pretty good card against Marincess, as he goes ahead and resolves his full combo uninterrupted. Is that you cannot Super Poly cards that are unaffected by card effects. So I have to wait for him to extend past the normal Protect the Castle board of Bursay Marbled Rock, summoned with the Crystal Heart. So I can't really do anything with that right now. I'm going to go ahead and try to resolve the construct here. I'm going to have to dump the core and the Shaddoll Fusion to the graveyard in order to get access to Shaddoll Fusion, so I can try and resolve that. I link everything off here into Lambda. Now, I play my Trick Clown in the absolute worst spot here, because I do draw an instant fusion off of this, and it would have allowed me to be able to make an additional rank 4 or make a link 4. Had I be able to get that instant fusion target out, but unfortunately I didn't do that. I also didn't set my Super Polymerization, which is unfortunate. I go into Windy here to try to lock him out of special summoning for the rest of the turn, just to kind of slow him down, make him lose his battle phase. But he does have a copy of Marincess Wave, so it's going to shut off my window for the entire turn. He reveals another wave off of his Blue Tang. Just so unlucky here. Now we're going to see that Shooting Code Talker come out. I still don't like this card that much, although it is going to allow him to plus like absolutely bonkers here. Clearing 3 monsters. Falco is going to get activated, so I'm going to bring back that beast for next turn. He gets to draw 3 off of the Shooting Code, so I just think it's a bit of a win more card in my opinion. I'm not entirely sure. But then I'm going to start with the copy of Beast. We're going to try to draw 2, discard 1. He's got the Ash Blossom. 2 copies of Wave still remain in hand. Spellbook of Knowledge acting as sort of like a pseudo Pot of Greed right now. Monster Reborn bringing everything back for Borlo Dragon. And on the activation of Damage Juggler, he's got the Wave. And I should have dropped the Avermax by 500, but I just didn't, although it doesn't entirely matter. I'm going to try to resolve Dragon here off of that Fusion. Clearing that off the field, Falco is going to activate, setting that back. And we're going to go ahead and go for Mud Dragon here, go for Abyss Dweller. Not ready to drop this BLS just yet. No field spell in sight, so Super Polymerization is going to go off and potentially turn the game around completely. I messed up my order of operations here with the Abyss Dweller. Should have done that in draw phase, and then the Super Poly in the following standby phase. But luckily for me, I've just completely wiped all of his resources from him. And his extra deck with only 6 cards in it, there's really not much he can link up into to out the field that I've already established. So, Dolls taking that matchup there pretty easily. Alright, now these last few replays here, I'm going to show you guys are me piloting Marincess versus a Mekk-Knight deck. I believe I'm playing against none other than Larry, playing his Mekk-Knight deck, with the wacky combos that he is known for playing. So, not the best combos, but they're out there. They're interesting. So we're going to resolve Tang here and go for a whole slew of Marincess plays. He does have Phantasme. Luckily, I have the Ash Blossom to tell him to put that shit back in his hand, because we're not going to let that go through. Going for Crystal Heart right into the Marbled Rock. Not going into Anemone because we really don't need to. And we'll set that Solemn Strike in that zone over there. He's going to try to resolve Blue Sky. I say no. No searches for you. He has way too many normal summons in hand at this point, so it's going to slow his turn down quite a bit. Now, I still know he has the Phantasme in his hand, so I really don't want to go into links here, because I'm going to give him a ton of value. If I do, he'll get to draw at least 3 And then he's going to go for memory here. Go for purple. Purple's going to try to activate his effect. I got another Solemn Strike. I'm like, no, thank you. Get that off the board. He's going to set one and pass. Now, I'm feeling a bit confident here, so I normal summon the blue Tang to send Mandarin. That's where I should have stopped, right then and there. I did not need to do that whatsoever. That was a bit of an overextension. I let him basically fix his hand, but I get another copy of Wave to my hand. I'm able to go for the Wonder Heart, which is going to allow me to put more pressure on. He's going to resolve Omni Dragon Brotar of all things, and search Iron Dragon Timeton, which can be a bit of a looming threat here. But luckily, I can make everything on my field unaffected by card effects. All monsters, that is, Draconet is not going to resolve. Going for Link Disciple, going for the blue or the purple Nightfall, gonna negate that as well. And he'll have no discard fodder left in hand for his Morningstar. So I'm just going to go right into battle phase. He knows I have to play into the column scheme with the Morningstar. So time and time we'll be able to come down. But don't really care too much because I'm just going to lose an equip spell. And that's really about it. Don't really care if I can't use that zone over there. He's going to try to resolve Draconet. And the Marincess engine doing exactly what it does best. Just playing the control game with those copies of waves. And this is the last replay for this video here. Again, same matchup, Marincess versus the Mekk-Knight weird deck. Just going in for a classic blue Tang opening, revealing Wave, getting very lucky there, and going in for the Seahorse into what is this card again? Sea Angel, that's this card. And then going, of course, the unaffected Marbled Rock. Being aware of columns this time around, setting one and passing it back to him. Normal summoning Lead the World Chalice Fairy, going into Almirage. No access to Mekk-Knights this turn unless he wanted to start with memory. He does have Twin Twister, which is going to clear my field, but luckily he didn't play around impermanence there, so the impermanence will get me a lot of value to be able to turn off that World Legacy. Guard Dragon, he'll go into Morningstar and just pass there. Now, he does have the Morningstar set up, which is a bit of a roadblock for me. I kind of got to play around Timeton here. And we're going to resolve Blue Tang. Luckily, I reveal something. I'll take a field spell. It's better than nothing. Going into Anemone and reviving the Crystal Heart to go into another copy of Marbled Rock. I should have gone into Wonder Art here. I don't know why I didn't. I think that was a bit of a mistake on my end. Because I just, like, oh, well, I have to out this Morningstar somehow, and I just didn't do that. Now, World Legacy Key is going to come down. He's going to go for Timeton in that zone to no effect. Then we're going to go for Wave to shut off the LP, so no Guard Dragon plays there. He's going to go into Ib, the Link, and just pass right then and there, not going into Avermax or anything. Now I'm like, okay, now I need to make Wonder Heart. This is exactly what I need to do. Battle Ocean's going to activate, equipping all three of those, and see if our Blue Tang will resolve. It will not, and we're going to go ahead and attack into Ib. He'll take some damage there and bringing out the Marbled Rock so we can clear the Morningstar. Sending another card here. I kind of mess up because I don't think I should have set the Twin because now I can't play my Wave until I play one of my sets first. Luckily, Called by the Grave is made live very early on. Twin Twister resolving to clear 2. He's going to go back for the Succession, try to revive Morningstar. Draconet's going to try to resolve. I say no to that. He goes into Ningirsu, sending away my field spell, be able to resolve Blue Sky for 2. And then adding back that Lead the World Chalice Fairy, going in for Borlo Dragon. Now, I make the biggest misplay here. I'm like, he can't take my Wonder Heart. It's unaffected by card effects, so I just won't do anything. But I should have still negated the attack with Wonder Heart's own effect. Luckily, Wonder Heart will allow me to bring back the Marbled Rock, and I can negate the attack from Ningirsu and just sort of recur from the mistakes that I made. And go for Mandarin, go for Blue Tang, and now we're going to do a little bit of a Borreload Wars here. My Borreload's going to take his Borreload, and his Borreload's going to take his Ningirsu, and it's just going to be a happy, fun time for me. Got the Call by the Grave, he picks up Ash for turn, and that is it. Admitting defeat right then and there. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Top Replays and Highlights. Ran a little bit longer, but I had a lot of replays I wanted to show you guys. So, current Marincess list as I profiled the other day, if you guys are interested in that. Current Earth BA list, although I do want to do a lot of testing with this deck because I have so much fun playing with it. And then my current Chaos Shaddoll list right here. Don't have that many replays of it yet, but hopefully I'll get more as time goes on. And if you want your replays of your own submitted, be sure to subscribe to me on Twitch. You can have access to that replay submission channel if you want. help support me a lot, and be greatly appreciated. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Always want to kill sign out. We'll see you guys in the next one.